And welcome back. It's the 18th of May, higher plus 5 a day. And let's just go straight to the first one. Right, what do we have? So a curve y equals x squared plus 4x minus 12 is reflected in the y-axis. So in other words, I've got a curve. Actually, if we factorize it quickly, we can talk about it more easily, can't we? So it's x plus 6x minus 2. So the key points are 2 and minus 6. So in other words, if I sketch this quickly, it's going to be misaligned, so minus 6 and 2 with the y-axis here. Now if I reflect it, and I'll do it in dotted line, this bit here is going to become over here, and this bit here is going to come over here. In other words, everything that's on the left is going to go on the right, and everything on the right is going to go on the left. Now the way we can do that algebraically is we can say instead of putting in x, we're putting in minus x. So it's going to be minus x squared plus 4 times minus x minus 12. Anything squared is always positive, so that's going to be x squared. Minus 4 times x is minus 4x, and that's minus 12, and that is my answer. Good question, and weirdly that comes up a lot more in further maths, not so much in A-level maths, but further maths it comes up a lot more. Next question. Out of 150 students, 95 have watched movie A, 47 have watched movie B, and 33 have watched neither. Now, without reading the rest of the question, I can see it says Venn diagram down here already, but how do I know this is a Venn diagram? And the reason I know it's a Venn diagram is because 95 plus 47 plus 33 is more than 150. So I must have some people that have done both. So I'm always going to start by thinking how many have done both. Let's just quickly work this out. So this is going to be movie A, and this is going to be movie B. I know 33 had watched neither, so out of the 150 students there must be 117 that have watched a film. Either both, neither, or one, or I should say either both or one of the films. Then I need to think about the 95 that has watched one and the 47 that have watched the other film. If I add these two up, well, I get 142. So the problem is I have 142 minus 117, which is 25. I have 25 too many students. And what's actually happening is those 25 students are counting twice because they've watched both A and both B. And now I've got the middle bit, the rest of it's not too bad. So if I have 95 who have watched movie A, 25 I'm aware of already, so that means there must be 70 who just watched movie A alone. Similarly, if I know there are 47 that watch movie B, 25 I'm aware of because I'm in the middle already, so therefore that's going to leave me with 22 who watch movie B. And that's it, draw a Venn diagram, done that, question done. Oh, actually it continues, there we go. A student who has watched movie B, okay. So out of the 47 students who have watched movie B, I'm picking one at random, find the probability that they have not watched movie A, so it must be some of the 22 that only watched movie B, so it's going to be 22 over 47. Conditional probability question, good question. Next question. Find the equation of the line that is perpendicular. Okay, so I'm going to start by rearranging this to minus 4x plus 8, which means the gradient of this line is minus 4. And that means the gradient of the perpendicular line is going to be plus a quarter. So far I've done a little bit of it, some marks in the exam, and I wanted to go specifically through the 0.15. So in other words, I want the line y equals plus a quarter, minus a quarter, plus a quarter x plus c that goes through 1, 5. In other words, I want to output 5 when I put in 1, which means that c must be 5 minus a quarter, which is 4 3/4, otherwise known as c is equal to 19 over 4, which means my line, what does it want? And passes through, it just wants the line, so y equals a quarter x plus 19 over 4. Question done. Next and final question. Prove. Okay, so I need to prove that if I do something with these here, it's always odd. And n is a positive number greater than 1. Okay, let's just expand the algebra now. If you've seen my videos before, there is a sort of A-level way of doing this. So I'm just going to write down expansion rather than you watch me do a whole expansion. So 2n minus 1 cubed is going to be 8n cubed minus 3 times 4, which is 12n squared, plus 3 times 2, which is 6n minus 1. Now, if you come back and watch this video in 2 years' time, if you're doing A-level maths, you'll know exactly what I've done there. Let's expand the quadratics. That's going to be plus 6n squared plus 2n minus, what am I doing? Minus 12n and minus 4. And then let's add all of this up. So if I add all of this up, well, do it carefully. So I've got 8n cubed I've got 12n squared negative plus 6n squared, which is minus 6n squared. Then I've got 6n minus 12n, which is minus 6n, plus another 2n, which gives me minus 4n. And minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Now, I need to put that in a convincing way that says this is an odd number. So the way I'm going to write it is 2 lots of, let me just move that back, 2 lots of 4n cubed minus 3n squared. In other words, I'm halving all of these minus 2n. Now the 5 is the same as 4 plus 1. And 4 is the same as 2 lots of 2. So I'm going to say minus 2 and put the other 1 over here. And then I'm just going to say of form 2k plus 1, therefore odd. And I've proven it. I've rearranged it to show it's an odd number, question answered, question shown. And that's it. Good, actually, mix of questions today. Like them today. That first question, not seen one like that before. That proof question, we're sort of getting better at these if you've done a few of these. And the Venn diagram, although it said Venn diagram, make sure you know why it's a Venn diagram. That's it. Let me know how it went for you. Like, subscribe. Talk tomorrow.